So today we're going to make pizzas on a Wolf Bake Stone. We're going to start off actually making the dough here. So we'll start with some warm water. This is about 95 degrees. And we're going to add just a little bit of the flour that we have here. And we'll save the rest. Some dry yeast, and a little bit of Harvest Haven honey here. We'll just right in there. I'm just going to drop this down and give it like just one pulse just to kind of incorporate these ingredients here. It also helps to aerate the water a little bit, which helps the yeast to do its thing. So we're going to wait about 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll add the rest of our ingredients. So 5 minutes time has elapsed here. We're going to add the rest of our ingredients and mix our dough. We have some more flour, a little salt, and some olive oil here. We're going to add our flour into our mixer here. You know, I always say I think pizza dough is a great sort of segue into the whole world of working with yeasted doughs. I'm going to save just a little bit in case we need it. The dough is a little bit too loose. We're going to add our olive oil and some salt here. And we're just going to slowly start to mix this all together. Usually a good idea to scrape down after a minute or two, just kind of help everything to incorporate well in the bowl. So we'll do that. You always want to look and see what's going on with the dough when you're kneading it too. Optimally, it should start pulling away from the sides a little bit. Do this a few times and you're kind of going to develop an intuition about if the dough needs a little bit more flour or not. That should be just about perfect now. So then I usually like to stop and actually let the dough rest just for a couple minutes here. It's going to kind of relax a little bit. Usually when I'm doing that, if I've got a towel handy, we can just kind of put that right over the top, and that way we won't have any sort of drying out in the top of the dough. I'm going to spark this back up one more time. So we've got our dough in the bowl here. We're just going to cover it with a little plastic wrap. We're going to leave a little space. It's going to proof up in the refrigerator overnight now. So here's a batch of dough that I made yesterday. What we're going to do is we're just going to cut off some chunks here. And then we're just going to take the dough and we're just going to tuck it in a little bit here. We'll put those right on parchment paper here. Do a couple more. And what we want to do then, we're going to put these in the oven on the proof mode. And the reason for that is they're going to be much easier to form if we make these dough balls first and then allow them to proof. What happens is the action of the yeast proofing, it sort of pushes all of the long protein strands that are what makes this dough up into the right shape. So it makes it really nice and easy to form. And we'll cover this up just kind of loosely. So we'll just put these in the oven. So we're going to set the oven 85 degrees proof. We're going to let these stay in here for about an hour or two, just till they've arisen a little bit and they're going to be a little bit more easy to deal with. So it's been a couple hours. Our dough is nicely proofed and ready. We'll bring this out here and just get started making some pizzas. So we're going to take one of our proofed dough balls here. We've got a little semolina. This will just help me to work with the dough. And we're just going to press kind of on both sides here and form our pizzas. So this one, we're going to feature our Harvest Haven honey with a few other ingredients. We've got some onions that we cooked down and caramelized here. We're just going to kind of make a nice little layer of these. Got some goat brie. We're just going to put a few slices of this right on top. A little bit of house-made pancetta, which we're just going to slice little ribbons here. just a little apple. And we'll just take a little bit more semolina right onto the bake stone here, and then we're gonna just pop this in the oven. Pizza number 1 is ready. Let's make another pizza here. Got our crust formed out. Just a more classic one now, some tomato sauce here. A little blend of cheeses. Salami here. Just put a few pieces of that on there. A cheese pizza. Lots of cheese. A little bit of the Harvest Haven honey. I'm gonna put some chili flake on the cheese pizza. Just a little olive oil here. All right. So we're gonna serve up some lovely pizzas.